So Philadelphia will get the first possession. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And Detroit looking at who they've got. The big men are Griffin and Drummond. Jackson is out there with Rose. And it's Brown in at the three. Ben Simmons such a force when catching the ball, moving at the rim. But you know, Clark, he can get there on his own just as well.
Yeah, he's got a great knack for being able to get where he wants to with the ball. His size and strength and agility certainly help him. And he understands angle. This guy is just a jump shot away from being virtually unguardable, in my opinion.
And the basket is good. Harris has got his first points in this one.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Now here's Drummond. Griffin attacking. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
And guys, really admire how Simmons finds the open man consistently. The vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him.
So it's the Pistons now. Philadelphia able to drain the three. And that one's good. Drummond.
And, you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their fourth shot of the game.
For Philadelphia, they've gotten their first three shots to go in for to start off this game. And for Detroit, a lot of changes, Greg, in their front office this past offseason.
A new GM and Dwayne Casey brought in to coach. Could see a drastic shift in style and approach for the Pistons moving forward.
And the call will be against Al Horford. That's his first foul. About 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Jackson against Simmons. 6 on the shot clock. Drummond with a screen on Simmons.
Simmons is very skilled on defense. He just knows where to be and how to guard whoever he's on. Versatile is part of his defensive skill set, too.
Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. The Pistons have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter.
You know, and Reggie Jackson, a really solid first season and a half in Detroit. But the last 2 seasons, injuries have really held him back.
And Reggie Jackson in 2016-17, battling knee tendonitis. Last season, Greg, a severe right ankle sprain.
I mean, he's so important in terms of his impact for the Pistons. An athletic, physical player. When he's right, he can be a difference maker on both ends.
He misses the free throw.
You know, it's so rare to see a player who really struggles at the free throw line dramatically improve their free throw percentage. But that's exactly what Andre Drummond did last season, taking it from the 30s, how about up into the 60s.
Good on the second free throw. And 60% of the free throw line, below average for an NBA player. But for Drummond, it changes everything.
I mean, opposing teams much less likely to use that hack-a-shack method. That keeps him on the floor, and more importantly, allows him to be aggressive offensively and just attack the rim. And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
The screen from Brown, and the call will be against Al Horford. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
Burke, he's checked in for Al Horford. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Drummond is doubled, and there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game.
And still early in the period, and they're only one foul away from being over the limit.
And the Pistons with possession here. They trail by 6. Brown outside. And the rejection by Embiid.
That long reach of Embiid is a real asset on defense. Covers a lot of territory and knows how to snuff out shooters.
Detroit shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
Good Drummond. Andre Drummond in his mid-20s. He's led the league in rebounding 3 consecutive seasons. And Greg, last season was his best one yet.
Really, I think, established himself as a franchise player for the Pistons. They'll go as far as he can take them. At the same time, though, I think the acquisition of Blake Griffin will only help to mature his game. Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That free throw, no good.
Well, guys, when you talk about some of the great turnarounds for a franchise in NBA history, the process for the 76ers has paid dividends. They went from 10 wins in 2016 to 52 wins last year.
And the second free throw, good. And the steps, Clark, the 76ers have taken. It's only the beginning.
Yeah, this is really the ideal situation to have if you're the Sixers. I mean, this team's built to last and still has good draft assets and flexible cap space. I mean, come on. That's an abundance of riches there.
A fader. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
Griffin kicks to Rose, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons. Outside Griffin. Passes it to Jackson. Pistons passing it around. Here's Drummond. And Griffin scores. The assist by Drummond.
It was all about his athleticism when Griffin first came into the league, but it didn't take long to see he was about a lot more than that. He's got serious skills down low.
Simmons. It drops for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result. You know, when you watch Ben Simmons, he has marvelous talent and all-around ability, but sometimes you can easily focus on what he can't do. He's not a great shooter, so teams do back off of him, but still, this guy is an impact player because he sees the floor, he passes it great, he's a terrific rebounder, and he's got a nice motor.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they've been a bit unlucky. Some of it is poor shot selection, in a slump, no doubt. But it can be turned around. They just need to find ways to score the ball.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. 8-point game.
And, you know, Brett Brown has seen it all in Philly. The good and bad times, was the head coach for their lowest points as this team rebuilt. Now he's reaping the fruits of his labor and persistence as he leads a star-studded Sixers team that has great potential.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play.
Boy, a bunch of strength on that slam from Simmons, punching it down and sending a real message in the process.
Clark, you have to applaud management for the way they stuck with Brown as the team was turning things around.
Yeah, I love it, Kevin. I really do. I mean, being able to see the long-term picture and stay with the coach who you believe is the right one for your group. Very impressive work by the Sixers. You know, injuries and a lack of talent were the issue early, not the coaching. The players love Brown, and rarely are coaches afforded as much time and patience as this franchise gave Brown. I applaud him.
Here's Burke after the made shot from Andre Drummond. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Richardson the pass to Simmons. Embiid the screen. Drummond with the block.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, Greg, making them count in the early going here.
And that's a shot Rose must make consistently. When he's making it rain from there, this team is hard to match up with.
And here is Simmons following the three-pointer by Derrick Rose. Burke kicks to Harris. Embiid the screen. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. Lots of physical play, Clark, during your time in the NBA. That's been toned down to a degree. Do you miss it being a bigger part of the game now?
You know what? I think it's still a very physical game. The rules have changed. The way the game is officiated has certainly changed. Some of the tough fouls that you saw in decades past don't exist as much. But I still think the game's extremely physical. So I'm glad to see us move in the direction of toning that down a bit. There's enough physicality in the game.
First one falls for him.
Yeah, you know, one of the under-talked about strengths of the Philadelphia 76ers is how they play team defense. I mean, they were top-rated defensively in opponents' field goal percentage last year.
Smith checked in for Philadelphia. And Harris drops them both. And with the 76ers in defense, it isn't just them bothering shots.
No, you're right, Kevin. I mean, they were one of the best, if not the best, rebounding team in the league. Also, were top 10 in blocks and steals last season. I mean, they filled up the stat sheet as a team in a lot of ways. It's fun to talk about what this team can do on offense, clearly. But I think moving forward, what's going to anchor this team as a contending team is its defense.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the 76ers.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
No good from Simmons.
The defense did not do a good job guarding that one, Kevin. Don't know how he missed that layup.
And now Philadelphia on the break. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and two shots coming up.
And the Australian Simmons is a star in the making thanks to his extremely versatile and high-level skill set and big frame.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Shooting two.
And that one misses. Clark, a favorite topic of yours. Great rebounders, glass eaters as you call them. Who's the best at creating those important second chance opportunities for his team?
Well, a couple of guys stand out for me in that regard, Kevin. DeAndre Jordan is terrific. Enes Kanter, probably, he might be the best offensive rebounder in the league, Enes Kanter. I mean, he goes and gets it in his area, out of his area, through guys, over them. Man, he's a terrific offensive rebounder. And I'd throw Anthony Davis in there, too. I think he does a great job on the defensive glass and gets his share of offensive boards as well.
A pull-up. Pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way. Burks got his first basket of the night. Pistons trail by 7. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. And there's so much speculation early in Embiid's career if he would even pan out. It's become clear, Clark, that he was worth the wait.
Well, it was all injury related in terms of the questions because he sat out his first 2 years in the league with some type of injury. Those injury concerns, really the only reason that people question him. The talent, the size, and you love his personality as well. But this guy has tremendous skills, and he's going to be an all-star for years to come if he's healthy.
Morris kicks to Wood. Here's Kennard, covered by Smith. Frazier outside. On the wing, Morris. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Morris has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Embiid the screen. For three. Hits it from three-point range.
Little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
Now, here is Morris. Frazier kicks to Snell. Inside. Here's Morris. And he gets the bucket. Morris has got his second basket of the night.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Burke can't get it to go. Pistons trail by 5. Frazier outside. He kicks it to Snell. And another three for Detroit.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Philadelphia's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Here's Simmons. Embiid trying to break loose. Shot's good by Simmons. Simmons got 14 points.
Boy, he's dangerous right now. He feels like he's making every shot he puts up.
Pass to Wood. There's the pick. Out to the wing. Here's Kennard, covered by Smith. Kennard's shot is off.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot. And if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
Frazier kicks to Morris. 1:44 left here in the first quarter. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Pistons have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight. And he can't get the first one. And Markieff Morris out of Kansas, a spread 4, as they say.
And able to stripe it from anywhere on the floor. A good secondary scorer who can also create his own shot on the block at times.
Amir Johnson's checked in for Philadelphia. Korkmaz comes in for Burke, and he's good on the second. The 76ers leading by 5, and Simmons kicks to Johnson. Screen by Simmons. Johnson, the pass to Korkmaz, knocks it loose, and it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to talk with Brett Brown for a minute. He said one of the challenges they face in this matchup is the shot blockers. He said we've got to use pump fakes and get their guys up in the air. Anything that helps us convert close-in looks, or at the very least, get to the line. Kevin?
That's great, David. Thanks. They've got their hands full against a team that plays such tough D.
And that's why you got to be flexible in terms of your game plan, particularly on the offensive end. They might have to try a few different approaches till they find one that works.
For sure. I mean, they have to be ready to adapt. The only way to break down this defense is to show them a lot of different looks.
Now here's Simmons. After Markieff Morris's miss, pass to Korkmaz from deep. The shot misses. And Detroit the other way now. From the arc. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Whitehead's got his first 3 points of the game.
Hey, I tell you what, the contest on that shot was lacking. Very subpar, which is why the shooter buried it.
Johnson the screen. Smith right side. The pass to Korkmaz. Simmons inside. Moves back up. A steal. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Whitehead, guarded by Simmons. Here's Whitehead. Kicks it to Morris. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. 5 seconds left in the first quarter. High post try. And don't go away. We'll be right back. One of the most dominant big men in the league, Andre Drummond, says he's learned how to be a leader on this team.
Watching previous guys who've led this team and did the things that they did, I write that kind of stuff in the back of my head and just say, you know, this is something I need to do this. Or if I see something I didn't like, you know, this is something I probably will stay away from. And I think now that I'm in a role where I could kind of lead this team, I kind of have the blueprint on what I need to do to make this team successful.
And, you know, Greg, with Blake Griffin, he's got somebody to take some of that leadership role alongside him.
And those two will be pivotal in deciding just how good this team can be.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Pistons.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Here are the five Detroit has to start the second quarter. Baker out there with Markieff Morris. Then there's Tony Snell, and it's Kennard in at the two-guard spot. Here's Morris, banked in off the glass. Morris has got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Pistons.
And when he gets an opening like that, he is going to take advantage.
Smith kicks to Simmons. To the middle. It'll go, and the Detroit lead is cut down to a point with the bucket from Smith.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here's Galloway, guarded by Simmons. Out to Morris. A three. Good on the triple. Morris has got 14.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Johnson the screen. Smith for three. Rebounded by Snell. Here's Kennard. And another three for Detroit.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Now here's Simmons. 14 points for him.
That, to me, is good use of the mid-range J by Simmons, taking whatever the defense gives him out there.
Pistons leading by 5. Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Yeah, just hitting a reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
Yeah, recalibration time with the timeout call there.
And the 76ers with some changes. Tobias Harris comes in for Smith. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Simmons. Kennard, the pass to Jackson. Morris with the screen for Jackson. Off his leg. And they're saying he kicked the ball. Brown is checked in for Kennard. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Rose. In the corner, it's Morris. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Morris has got a pair of triples in the second now for the Pistons. The 76ers trail by 8. Richardson kicks to Harris. The dish now to Horford. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Passes it to Harris. Shoots over Brown. And no good as it rattles out.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Now here's Griffin. Over Horford. And Detroit again with the bucket.
Yeah, he's become very reliable with that mid-range jump shot. The defense can't let him get comfortable from there.
And Blake Griffin said early in his career he used to rely on his athleticism to get by. He said the problem was every season he'd be worn out by February. So diversifying his offensive game has helped him to kind of withstand the rigors of a long NBA season.
3-pointers off the mark. For Philadelphia, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. It's Richardson on the wing, guarded by Jackson. In the corner, it's Harris. Shoots over Brown. It's good, and the Piston lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Harris. And Greg, you look at a lot of the volume dunkers over the years. Their bodies often wear down. You think of Amari Stoudemire, Antonio McDaddy, even Dwight Howard.
Yeah, I think Griffin could see the writing on the wall. He used to get over 200 dunks in a season. Now, less than half that number. But the trade-off, hopefully, will be longevity and an increased skill set.
And here is Harris, following the three-pointer by Blake Griffin. Picked by Horford. It's Richardson on the wing. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Brown outside. Morris with a screen on Harris. Here's Rose. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
And great elevation on that shot from Rose. When his jumper is falling, he becomes a nightmare to defend.
Horford with a screen on Jackson. Richardson with it, and Griffin picks him up defensively. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's foul number 2 for him. And the 76ers with some changes. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's Burke in for Korkmaz. Here's Harris. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Harris has got 10 points. Pistons leading by 9. Jackson kicks to Griffin. Back to Jackson. Drummond a screen. Jackson off the pick. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Burke the pass to Horford. Embiid the screen. Back to Burke. With his first shot attempt. That one's in there. The Detroit lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Embiid.
Joel Embiid has a nice shooting touch and does not lack for confidence, and seems to be getting better in the mid-range area.
Drummond the screen. Here's Jackson, and he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. And the Pistons lead by 9.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
Now here's Embiid. Knocked loose. And no good that time. Good D by Drummond. Pistons leading by 9.
And, you know, when you watch Embiid, he just oozes with limitless potential. You think about his size and his shooting touch. He can do just about anything he wants to. Tremendous athleticism. If he can stay healthy, I think he can be a dominant player in this league for years to come.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. He kicks it to Richardson. Now here's Burke. Not a lot of room. Over Jackson. And the shot is long.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face.
The shot's good. Brown making the play. Jackson's got 5 points in the quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end. What an amazing trick shot to confound the defender. Oh, man, that's awesome. He's taking him to school right there.
Pick by Griffin. Jackson kicks to Brown. Outside Rose. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Now, I don't know if this field goal percentage is sustainable, but if they can stay close to what they've done in shooting the ball, they'll run away with this one.
Here's Jackson after the made shot from Joel Embiid. Jackson kicks to Drummond. Here's Griffin. It's good for his 4th bucket of the night. He's shooting 4 of 8.
Yeah, he's building off that strong first quarter, Kevin. Rising up and hitting shots with confidence.
Pass to Horford. Pulls it up. Again, Philadelphia. Here's Jackson. He's got 5. Pistons leading by 12. Picked by Griffin. Jackson passes to Drummond. He dishes it to Griffin. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Burke kicks to Horford. Rose against Richardson. Pass to Burke. The 76ers need to get off a shot. And B, no good. And, well, Detroit shooting an offensive execution has been beyond great there. 63% from the floor in this game. Richardson against Rose. Richardson kicks to Burke. Brown against Harris. The pass to Richardson. Embiid the screen. It's good, and the Boston lead is cut down to 12, and the bucket for Richardson.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
And Josh Richardson at the University of Tennessee was a pre-med student, plans on becoming a surgeon. But when the NBA became a possibility, he said he had to switch to an easier major.
And instead of spending 4 hours a day studying, he put that time into the gym. A terrific defender in college, was the 2-time All-SEC defensive player. And with the newfound focus on basketball, he has blossomed as a scorer.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
This is his first free throw of the game. The free throw drops for Jackson. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Well, I'll tell you what, like how cool and collected he was getting the job done at the line in this one.
Smith kicks to Simmons. 1:37 left to play here in the half. Passes it to Horford. And here is Simmons. Embiid with a screen on Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. And the Pistons making a change here. Woods checked in. .25 left to play here in the second quarter.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
Jackson kicks to Kennard. .109 left in the first half of basketball. The Pistons have gone 6 of 9 at the line. And the first one drops.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
One way to protect the lead, knock down those free throws, and 100% free throwing for the quarter, that's superb.
104 left to play here in the half. Screen by Simmons. Smith the pass to Simmons. There's 47 seconds left now here in the second. That's down the hatch. Notch one more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting. Detroit leading by 12. Pass to Drummond. Kicks it to Snell. There's the pick. Pass to Wood, to the paint, Embiid with the steal. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Horford trying to free himself up. That one's in there. The Detroit lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Simmons.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
On the wing, Jackson, guarded by Simmons, shoots. Kennard's shot is off.
I thought he had the space to shoot comfortably there, and disappointed that he missed it.
And so that's the end of the first half. It's Detroit up 10. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Here with Brett Brown. Now, Coach, it seemed like you guys came out a little flat. How do you get some energy for the second half?
You just got to go with the people that have energy. I feel like we are not the aggressors. We have to do whatever we're going to do through our defense, and so far it's been poor.
Brett, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good to have you back. You're watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. This right here is Kenny the Jet Smith. This right here is Shaquille O'Neal. Me, I'm just Ernie. What a start for Markieff Morris. He ended up with 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Taking a look at the Pistons, Shaq, what did you think?
Some great work from them with the 3-ball. They came in with the idea that they can attack this D from long range. They were rotating the ball on the perimeter and letting it fly. And they got a good look. It's a strategy that paid off with a barrage of threes. That's my barrage sound, Ernie.
And Kenny, your take on Philadelphia.
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. You look at Ben Simmons in this game. He's been everywhere.
And through the first 2 quarters, he was extremely aggressive, picked up a number of steals.
Yeah, a real game changer in that regard, too. I mean, his activity was great. Excelled at finding ways to come up with those steals.
The second half just about to get going here. Pistons leading by 10. They've got Richardson. Horford is out there with Tobias Harris. And there's Embiid. And it's Simmons in at the 1. And that's the group for Brett Brown as we begin the second half. Now here's Jackson. Here's Drummond. Rebound by the 76ers. Simmons got 5 rebounds tonight. Richardson the pass to Horford. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And I really like the uniqueness of Al Horford's game. I mean, he's a big man with a versatile skill set. He makes threes. He can score inside. He defends. He's a guy that is an inside-out matchup problem for most.
Free throw dropped for Al Horford. So Horford gets 2.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Now here's Jackson. Up top, Griffin, guarded by Horford, and Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Drummond, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. That one on Embiid.
Yeah, I don't know if any big man has the combination of strength, speed, and hops that Drummond has, not to mention his length, an unreal physical
Gentlemen,
specimen.
2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one misses. And the second free throw, good. And so here is Philadelphia. Simmons against Jackson. Shoots a three. They get it back. Here's Horford, and it's sent back by Drummond.
Drummond mixes defensive smarts with elite physical tools, and that's what makes him a solid defender. He's going to get his hands on a few shots each and every game.
And unfortunately, injuries will always be the concern with Derrick Rose. Still loves the game of basketball, knows he is limited compared to what he once was. Amazing with all he's fought through, he can still perform at such a high level.
That's good from Richardson. And with Rose, as you said, his love of the game is still there. He still wants to play.
I mean, many players would have just walked away from having their body betrayed. But Rose said last season he loves what he gets to do and still would be a water boy if he had to. You have to admire Rose's attitude and approach in that regard.
Here's Horford after the made shot from Andre Drummond. Embiid the screen. Here's Simmons. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Simmons got 22 points.
Hey, there's not a lot you can do to prevent Simmons from creating space. I mean, it's quite honestly what he does best in pick and roll situations.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 7. It's Richardson on the wing. A three-pointer off the mark. Detroit leading by 6. Here's Jackson, right through the knee for the layup. Jackson's got 9 points.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn. I could not say it any better, showing you some real focus, taking it inside against the bigger man.
Now here is Harris, 12 points for him. Richardson kicks to Simmons. Embiid sets the pick for Simmons. Over Jackson. Yep, it goes. And the Piston lead is cut down to just 6 points and the bucket from Simmons.
Simmons is an absolute thoroughbred as a scorer. A dominant offensive talent who scores in a lot of different ways.
Jackson against Simmons. And there's the pass to Drummond. Worked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Philadelphia's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And Simmons kicks to Harris. To the middle. Here's Richardson. Harris trying to get free. That one's in there. The Detroit lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Richardson.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Boy, like his intensity, Greg. He's not afraid to take it straight to the rack on the bigger defender. Right at it.
Now here's Griffin. 11 points in the game.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
Shooting 2.
free throw, no good.
Injuries have taken a toll on Griffin as he's gotten older, but shouldn't take away from what he's done over the course of his career.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Johnson comes in for Joel Embiid, and it's Korkmaz in for Richardson. And he sinks the second. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Jackson against Simmons.
And the Australian Simmons, a star in the making, folks. Thanks really in part to that tremendous skill set to go along with that gigantic frame.
He's 0 of 2 at the line in this one. And the first one at the line is good.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Jackson kicks to Brown. Top of the key, Griffin. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here.
Had a success rate from the line last year of about 78%.
You know, he really did excel at the stripe. I mean, they couldn't have asked for too much more from him when it came to knocking down free throws.
2 shots.
That one is off. Morris is checked in for the Pistons. He hits the second from the line. Simmons with it. He's got 26. To the middle. Griffin with the steal. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist by Brown. Rose has got 9 points.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Simmons, a screen on Rose. Korkmaz passes to Simmons. To the inside. If it goes, and the Piston lead is cut down to 4 again on the bucket from Korkmaz.
Just a tremendous feel for the game. Simmons is so gifted at reading the floor.
Now here's Rose. 9 points in the game so far. A shot by Griffin. Nobody around. And another 3 for Detroit.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there. And it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter. And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Griffin with it. Guarded by Horford. Griffin passes to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
And the 76ers call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate. with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Trey Burke's checked in for Philadelphia. Harris a screen. Simmons against Griffin. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Brown. Pass break Detroit. Brown's got the ball. There's Jackson with the three. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And it's a 10-point Detroit lead.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
It is good. And it's 6 points for Trey Burke.
Good job putting the pass in front of him, throwing it where he's supposed to be, not where he is, paving the way right to the bucket.
Jackson kicks to Brown. Rose passes to Morris. Johnson with the block.
Excellent defensive commitment that time from Johnson. He's always there and present.
Outside Rose. They get a hand on it. Here's Burke. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Burke's got 8 points. Jackson kicks to Morris. Back to Jackson. Harris outside. 13 feet away. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. And now it's just a 4-point Piston lead. Outside Jackson. Pass to Morris. This is to Griffin. Over in the corner, Rose. Morris a screen. Takes the 13-footer. Rose, no good.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
Pistons leading by 4. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
2 shots.
Couple that with just how well they've shot it from beyond, and they've made this thing look easy.
And he knocks down the first one.
And you gotta love watching Rose play the game. His intense style can be infectious out there, and I think it really does elevate his teammates.
He's perfect from the line this time. And here are the 76ers now. Screen by Smith. Here's the teardrop. He lays it in. He has 5.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Here's Kennard. He's got 5. In the corner, Snell with it. Now, here's Burke. That's tipped. Here's Kennard, covered by Smith. And And that one drops.
And you love to see Rose aggressively looking to score on the inside.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
One shot, gentlemen.
Free throw, good, Rose. The 76ers trail by 7. Harris a screen. Oh, good on the triple. Pistons leading by 7. Here's Kennard, covered by Smith. Pass to Snell. Morris a screen. Snell, that's good. And it's a 9-point Detroit lead.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Pass to Harris. He kicks it to Simmons. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got 4 assists in the game. Now here's Rose. Burke covering and wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And Detroit has possession. Outside Rose. Shoots over Burke. Rose, no good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the deep.
Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. The 76ers making a switch here. Embiid's checked in. Detroit leading by 5. Rose passes to Morris. Back to Rose. High post shot. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And Simmons kicks to Embiid. Simmons with it. Guarded now by Morris. To Embiid. Detroit with the rebound.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Outside Rose. To the wing on the left. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Rose has got 9 points now in just the second half. Burke kicks to Simmons. To Burke. Rebounded by the Pistons. Morris has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Kennard. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And now a 9-point Piston lead. Embiid the screen. Here's the pass to Simmons. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession. Richardson, he's checked in for Trey Burke. .104 left to play here in the third. 58 seconds left to play in the third. Passes it to Wood. Richardson against Rose. Over Richardson. Rose gets the bucket. Rose has got 11 points in the quarter.
You know, this quarter has been all him, all about him. They're getting it to him in his spots, and he's taking over.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. The 76ers have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them. The first one falls. He makes 1 of 2 that time.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. The 76ers have gone 9 of 13 from the line.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
That's good from Richardson.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Al Horford is checked in for Ben Simmons. And so he makes both from the line. 23 seconds left in the third. Now Rose. He's got 18. Drummond with a screen on Richardson. Drummond a screen. Rose kicks to Kennard. Knocked away. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. So it's the Detroit Pistons going into the break with a 10-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll get right back to the action when we return. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up. 2K Sports, happy to have you with us. The 76ers trail by 10 and on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. Jackson is out there with Derrick Rose. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Wood in at the 4 slot. Now here is Smith to the right side. Embiid wide open. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Embiid's got it back down to single digits for Philadelphia. Detroit leading by 7. Rose a screen on Richardson. Jackson passes to Drummond. Back to Jackson. Drummond a screen. Here's the teardrop and the layup by Jackson. And the Pistons lead by 9.
Nice looking floater there, Kevin. Such a fast shot, a quick release. Really hard to guard that. Richardson kicks to Horford.
Embiid the screen. Pass to Smith. on the wing. Over Rose. It's hauled in by Wood. Wood's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
And that one, good. And it's an 11-point Piston lead.
And Rose playing a big role offensively. He's got to be a focal point of your defensive scouting report. No doubt he can hurt you.
Now here's Embiid. Here's Horford. And the layup's good off the glass.
A top-notch post game is just one of the ways Horford helps his team. One of the more important ways, though, is because he's a tough matchup down low.
Embiid against Drummond. Jackson setting the pick here for Drummond. Now the dish to Rose. And it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
Yeah, and Rose is used to getting knocked around, especially with the force he drives the basketball. But how about the exceptional body control there?
He's covered by Rose. Smith wide open. He fired. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Here's Rose. Tries again. Here's Kennard. And there's another one for the Pistons.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
And the 76ers call time here.
Get out of our house, Sixers!
Korkmaz checked in for Philadelphia. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Brett Brown talking with his team. He got on him. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said we've put ourselves in this hole, and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
Embiid is unstoppable, just too strong for the defense, no matter what they throw at him.
The free throw drops for Embiid.
I tell you, Joel Embiid possesses remarkable talent. I mean, this big guy is graceful and strong. He's a real matchup problem for everybody.
Poked away. It's taken away by Smith. Kicks it to Horford. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got his third assist on the night.
And guys on defense gasping for air at this point.
Well, I tell you what, Greg, what can they do? I mean, nobody can miss a shot. I mean, these guys are bringing it on offense right now.
And the rejection by Embiid. Offensive rebound, Drummond, and finally they hit one. And the Pistons lead by 10.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Now here's Embiid. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Jackson passes to Griffin. Back to Jackson for three. And Horford pulls it down.
Tough to hit that shot when the D is all over you like that.
Richardson against Jackson. Jackson against Richardson. Korkmaz kicks to Embiid. Smith for three. And the rebound goes to Griffin. Griffin's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Over in the corner, Brown. Feeds to Drummond, and he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact.
Take a break.
The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. First free throw is good. He hits both from the stripe. The 76ers making a switch here. Harris is checked in. Here's Jackson. Pass to Griffin. Over to the wing. Here's Kennard. Covered by Smith. Tipped away. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. Shot from the inbound. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
Yeah, you know, continue to pour it on them. That's what they want to do right now. Doing their best to put this game out of reach and in the win column.
Harris inside. Brown's there. A fader. It'll go, and the Detroit lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Tobias Harris. To the middle. Embiid with the steal. Richardson the pass to Embiid. He kicks to Harris. Richardson against Jackson. Jackson comes over with the double. The pass to Kennard. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 6 assists in the game.
Man, he is just really in a flow right now. That field goal percentage has gone through the roof.
Now here's Richardson. Embiid in the corner. Jackson against Richardson. Horford with a screen on Jackson. And the officials call a traveling violation.
Hey, guys, just a little too nonchalant there. That's a couple turnovers here in the last few minutes, and those miscues can spell trouble.
Simmons checked in for Smith. Jackson against Simmons. Jackson kicks to Brown. Passes to Drummond. Horford against Griffin. Jackson in the corner. The shot will not fall. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. Harris, right side. Basket, good.
And guys, with Simmons, you get it all. The shooting, the rebounding, and the passing.
Pass to Brown. Here's the screen. Kicks it to Griffin. Pass to Kennard. And he drops it in from the low post. The 76ers trail by 13. Simmons passes to Harris. Screen by Simmons. It'll go, and the Detroit lead is cut back down to 11. Some big points there from Tobias Harris.
And he's been the key for their offense with the way he shot the basketball.
Yeah, he's most certainly not the reason they're in the hole. I mean, his percentage has been outstanding.
Back to Griffin. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. They double him with Drummond. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. so here is Philadelphia. Simmons dishes to Richardson. Simmons against Jackson. Out to Harris. The three. That shot off the mark. The Pistons go the other way with it. Here's Kennard. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Horford's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Harris. Here's Simmons. Embiid trying to break loose. And he's able to get it back. Detroit leading by 11. The pass to Jackson. Griffin kicks to Jackson. Drummond with a screen on Simmons. Great communication on the alley-oop.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful.
Virtually impossible to top that alley-oop.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
Yeah, he needs to tell his guys to just box out with some energy. That's basic basketball. They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Andre Drummond.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
Teams need contributions from everybody to win on the road, not just the stars. And he's done more than his share tonight. An outstanding performance. Now, here's Rose. 18 feet out. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Yeah, you know what? I think eventually he will find his rhythm because he is off right now, but all it takes is one hoop, and you're back in rhythm.
Now here's Rose. After the miss from Reggie Jackson. And Embiid with the block. The 76ers trail by 13 inside. It's good, and the Piston lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Simmons.
And I like watching Simmons go to work down low. I mean, with his length and strength, there aren't many guys that can keep up with him down there.
Jackson misses.
Boy, the defense did an awesome job there, Kevin. Big time work. Really distracting him, throwing off the shot. That's how you do it on D. And this guy, to me, embodies determination. Small at his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
Great positioning on the putback. And the Pistons lead by 11.
Oh, I like the activity of Drummond on the glass. I mean, he's so big and active. Excellent timing and hands, always pounding and grinding for offensive rebounds.
Outside Griffin. The Pistons working the ball around now. Brown against Harris. Drummond with a screen on Horford. Griffin passes to Jackson. Off target with his three.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
You're exactly right. Controlling the perimeter well and didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A+ defense.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Detroit.
Starting five must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Andre Drummond.
And the way he rebounded, he surely was a spark for the team as he was securing everything that came off the iron.
There's 45 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Jackson against Simmons. Brown outside. In the corner, it's Griffin. And a miss there on the triple.
Oh, I'm surprised he couldn't put that away. I mean, the defense clearly botched an assignment, leaving him open.
Down low. No good from Simmons. And it's Detroit's ball. And so the Pistons can now just hold on to the ball. Simmons against Jackson. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you very much, Blake. Another good night of work offensively. How does the team build on this?
Just keep that rhythm. You know, we're not always going to hit shots every night. Some nights the shots aren't going to fall. So just keeping that rhythm, keeping the ball moving, talking on defense, and relying on each other.
Congrats on a great win, Blake. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.